Go Chiefs on this Sunday afternoon, right before the Super Bowl. They're playing safely in, of course, Las Vegas for that Super Bowl later on today. But the Ozarks are going to get some snow here later tonight and mostly during the early morning hours and during the maybe early afternoon hours tomorrow, Monday. So let's get right into it, dive in. The first thing we always look at, and always when we're talking about snow or even severe weather, we're looking for a storm to our southwest, and that's exactly what we have. Not surprising. This is the 500 millibar flow halfway through the troposphere. It's just a good indicator for where storms are. You can look for spin. That's what the colors are on this map, and the general flow of the atmosphere in about the middle of where all the weather is. So let's start by taking a look at that here. This is the shorter range NAM model, North American model, and we'll just kind of spin this and move this forward a little bit so you can see what we're looking at. Notice how this system kind of cuts itself off into a circle that travels right over Little Rock, so right here, central part of Arkansas. This is by already tomorrow afternoon, and then this feature continues on its way and then moves out of the picture pretty quickly. This is not followed by a lot of Arctic air. Like I said, is there enough air dynamically and also just present for this to be cold enough for this to be snow in the Ozarks? The computer models seem to agree with that scenario. So there it is right there, that little spin in the atmosphere passing just south of Missouri. So if we take a look at winter precipitation with this model, this is just the precipitation type now, and let's back this up to, this is approximately 6 o'clock tonight, and you can see the precipitation starting to break out. Of course, the blue is the snow right through here, and the green is indicating rain. I'll just go ahead and erase that real quick. So let's move this forward a little bit here, and we'll stop at about 6 a.m. tomorrow. Let's see, that's about right here. And you can now see that there's a pretty good little just area of snow, which is so typical of these types of systems, right behind there, with a rain snow line running from Cassville up to about Springfield and into northwest Arkansas or so. And that's very very crucial where that ends up, by the way. This is one model. We'll look at another one here in a minute. And if we just move this forward into the afternoon, this is about 6 p.m. So the last of the snow is east of Springfield and beginning to wind down. So that is one computer model's look. It's one of the shorter range models. Let's do a couple of things here. Let's change sectors and zoom in a little bit. Let's look at that one. Yeah, that's nice, right? And then we'll back up the clock again, and now we'll look at the HRRR, which is even a higher resolution model than we were looking at before. And I think I can look at precipitation type. I sure can. Okay, so let's look at that model and see what we'll stop at the same times. So this is again 6 p.m. tonight. Right here, you see some very light precipitation, likely not even reaching the ground, and in the form of rain, just getting into northwest Arkansas. And then if we move forward ahead here, this is going to be 6 a.m. Tomorrow, and again, similar scenario. We're just zoomed in now with this area of blue, all snow, with just a narrow area of sleet or freezing precipitation, not enough to worry about an ice storm, and of course rain out ahead of that. So as we look at that dynamically move through the afternoon, this is about noon right here, tapering off over northwest Arkansas and extreme southwest Missouri, but still going like gangbusters from Springfield on east and south. And then eventually, of course, this feature moves on, as all the models have indicated, so that by late in the afternoon, it may not be sunny here, but it'll be clearing out pretty rapidly, I think. A very typical scenario for a low that traces in this direction. So the magic question, of course, everybody's wanting to ask is, how much snow, right? And there's some confidence that we'll get some high snow totals out of this. I'm going to go ahead and look at this model, stay on this one, and we'll use this snow ratio here and see what this gets us. So we're going to watch this precipitation break out here, and that right there is the snow ratio, which is pretty good in our area. So now when we look at total snow accumulation, that's right here. Same criteria I just showed you for evaluating snow heaviness. And you'll see right through there, this is valid tomorrow at about lunchtime. So we're looking at, that's actually spitting out an 11-inch total right there around, just north of Cassville, just around the Monette area. That's showing up as an 11 point something. Do I believe that? Maybe not, but this purple area here is basically 8 inches or more. So we may get some areas with 6 to 8 inches in that little corridor there from northwest Arkansas, stopping just shy of of Springfield, but it could be pretty significant. And, even these shorter range models and their ability to be more detailed, still 24 hours out, are a little bit lacking, a little bit less than 24 hours now, and I'm recording this. But I wouldn't take the line of snow I would take it with a little bit of a grain of salt. We will look at the other model though and see what it says, and it's basically in the same area, but we're talking about again about a 6 to 8 inch band. That's the one I probably believe in, and that's the one the Weather Service has really kind of hung their hat on with the winter storm warning for a 3 to 7 inch accumulation in that area roughly. So that's what we're looking at. When does it start? Tomorrow morning. It starts as a mix of precipitation, light at first, getting heavier during the mid-morning. Is it the kind of thing they would call off school for? Absolutely, if you live in extreme southwest Missouri. If you live in Springfield, a little dicier perhaps. The timing of it will be a lot of it, but I would say there's at least a 50-50 chance of that. I don't make those decisions, but anyway. One more time, go Chiefs. We'll be watching a Super Bowl game. If I see anything significant change here, I'll update this later on tonight. Have a good night.